Game number 1 coming in hot here. Viper against Capoch, and we have ourselves a Nomad start. Now we have Viper playing as the Wu. We have Capoch playing as the Chinese, so a Chinese matchup here. And they start with a trade cart. And it looks like there's plenty of boars on this map, only 215 food on them, but that's going to be 4 boars near Viper's TC. Capoch is over here. He's starting near some rhinos with slightly more food on them. This is hyper-random, so all the values are random on the resources. So the pigs have quite a bit more than usual, except for these ones that have 83. We've got stone values, slightly less than normal. Gold values, way more than normal. Berries, only with 30. Fake berries, 32 food on each one of those. And then some deer with an okay amount on them. It's kind of like a choke pointy map here. We have this little gap in the center, but other than that, fully walled to the edge with the wood lines. So if they both get set up, we might see a late game battle here between Chinese and Wu. Rhino's over here with 249. The scouting should be phenomenal for them. Normally on Nomad starts, you don't have a scout, right? So starting with this trade cart, you can already see the scouting here is really, really good. Really, really good. And it should be similar for Capoch. They should figure this map out really early. And I wonder if either one of them decides to come wall this right away. Now, the difference between this and your standard Nomad start is that there's no water here. So there's no additional way to add your eco. So it's going to take a little bit of time for your eco to start cooking. More of a land nomad sort of thing. And that means you're going to have to find a lot of hunt early, and it's generally less on wood. Early all in for the Wu is my choice. Yeah, I mean, Wu could be super solid here for the early all in. Looks like the villager count is actually even, despite Capoch getting 3 extras. I'm going to check what the starting res was. Okay, starting res was standard. There is a chance that you can start like minus 100 food with the Chinese, because there is variable starting res on HyperRandom. So for Capoch, very fortunate that that was not the case. He already does have Loom, and he has 29 seconds of idle TC time, so the eco advantage isn't even really there for him. It's a little bit of extra res collected, but not too much in the grand scheme of things. How does this extension work? If you hover here, you can see the civ bonuses. And if you hover over here on each tech, you can see what they're doing. Sometimes you have to wait until it loads. Yeah, because it's basically just reading my screen. It's not like plugged into the game or anything. So sometimes it takes a little while for it to realize. How does Viper have a kill? Ooh. Viper's TC killed a unit. I guess it killed the trade cart. Capoch doesn't have his trade cart? Yeah, Capoch doesn't have his trade cart. So Viper killed the cart from Capoch. And Viper's cart is still going. The cart doesn't show up at the top there. So the scout from Capoch is down. And that could influence what Viper wants to do here. If he sends sneak villagers in close to Capoch, Capoch might not know about it. You can see Capoch now going out towards the hunts. On this side, Viper taking the fake berries. Oh, those aren't fake. Those are 171. The ones over here are 32. So Viper has some non-fake berries. Capoch has the deer patch, which Viper doesn't have available to him. Well, it's over here. And then we've got some gazelles as well for Viper. So Viper has a better starting setup than Capoch does. Although Capoch has a slightly better position on the map with the gold available here. Very wallable over on this side as well. In terms of relics on this map, it looks like there's only 2, 3 There's only 3 relics? 4. Ah, the other one is under the TC from Viper. There is a chance Viper gets all 4. If he has some good pressure in Castle Age, and you know Viper. Like, he will go after those relics. His scouting is very good. He has an idea of what's going on in this map. Villager is coming forward. Feudal Age is on the way for Viper. Capoch, I think he's going to play towards a fast castle type of strategy. With walls coming up, and Viper can see the walls. Why can't I use Capture Age when I hover? I don't know. Shouldn't those berries have the same value? There's only 1 patch per side. No, these berries have the same value as the one on Viper's side. So these are classified as a different type of berry, I suppose. Those are the ones that are over here, right? The positionings, because it's Nomad, the positionings are just random on those. So there's 2 of these 32 food berries, 1 on each side. And then 2 of the 171 berries, 1 on each side. And they decided where to put their starting TC. Viper just happened to put his nearer to this. So Viper is going for Militia. Probably not a bad strategy here with all the scouting he has and the lack of scouting from Capoch. Capoch has to be careful out here. And I think he should leave. He's going to have to leave soon because he's running out of food. But with Feudal Age now in, it is time for Capoch to go.
Speed of art has risen significantly lately.
Speed of art has risen. Sure, Chemical. Yes, the speed of art. Art is going faster than ever. I agree. The fake berries are almost gone. The militia are coming in. Capoch, is he just going to fight this with Vills? He didn't notice. He didn't notice. He's pulling the villagers away now. Still has 33 food on one of those. And it's the one that got attacked initially. Capoch pulling back. He might be forced to go for an archer range here, although he's kind of walled into the corner here, so he's pretty safe. As long as he gets to the town center. Now he's trying to block with this villager. Viper pushing all of this stuff away, and Viper will likely follow up with an archer range, right? He's got only 1 on gold right now. He's actually taking out the house, which is great. Nice walls there, Capoch. Dude, he started walling that in when he had like 30 food left on the berries. Great job, man. And he'll leave those up as a sign of shame. Archer range there for Capoch. Likely a blacksmith as well when he gets the wood for it. He lost the house, but it's fine. He still has 50 population space, and the walls are up. So Viper controls the map. Let's see what sort of castle age time he can get off of this. I didn't even look at the smoke monkeys. Nice job from Viper to check those. They have 111 food on them, and they gather at the same rate as Hunt. They're basically like deer. And they have well-defined butts. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but they have extremely well-defined butts. Archers coming out here from Capoch. Viper. Did he add an archer range? Viper could be in trouble if he doesn't add a range. But in typical Viper fashion, he probably wants to play a little bit greedy here. And he's really going to wait until he absolutely has to add the range. Now he's adding the range because he sees there's 2 archers out. Capoch just kind of chilling in Feudal Age. There's opportunities now for Capoch to do damage before Viper gets the skirms out. I think Viper will still keep applying pressure here. Capoch should go forward because this mill, it's going to die anyway. It's not the biggest deal if this thing dies. You should go forward. You shouldn't give Viper time to set up the archer range. Why is Viper attacking the mill? Because there's nothing else to attack here. And attacking the mill forces Capoch to come fight you because he doesn't want to lose that. But like, he already has another one. Just let it go. Skirm's coming out now from Viper. Viper has enough resources to click up once he has the second building. Really solid setup for him. This is the advantage of taking map control, right? Then you can go for the smoke monkeys. You don't have to worry about walling up. He's on the way to Castle H. He's making some skirms. Capoch kind of panicked in the face of those men-at-arms. He was fully walled, but then he has to invest more into Feudal Age upgrades. And he's going to be a couple minutes behind Viper on the Castle Age timing. And we looked at the relics before. Like, there's 4 relics here on this map only. It is standard victory, and Viper sees every single one of them. Now, Capoch might die to the John Swordsman skirmisher composition before the relics even become a factor. But Viper has 2 skirms here. He's getting the infantry armor, and he's adding a second barracks for John Swordsman. Just gets finished with the smoke monkeys. There's 1 left over there. He's going to pull these guys back. He does have the farm upgrade. Does still have some villagers on berries. Just exhausting the gazelle now. I'd love to see some more farms from Viper. Get that food set up fully cooking, and then send some villagers forward for Siege Workshop, Monastery maybe. 3K civs have way too much regional units. Maybe, yeah. I don't think they're imbalanced. But they might have too many regional units. You might be right there. There's the Siege Workshop for Viper. Monastery. Oh, man. And we know Viper is going to hard commit for these relics. Capoch still isn't up. He clicks up now. 5 archers. Like, he is stuck in the corner here. I don't know, guys. I think Capoch is kind of cooked here. He just sold his stone, too. So he can't go for stone walls behind. Capoch is definitely cooked. It's double stable for him. So he wants to go knights. And he wants to hide the fact he's going knights from Viper. This is all because Capoch lost his trade card to the TC from Viper. He had no vision on the men-at-arms coming forward. He was kind of torn in between fast castle and archer defense. He was forced into archer defense because he didn't know what was coming. And now he has to delay Viper until he gets to Castle Age, and he can get some knights on the field to counter all this stuff. Viper already going out for the relics. Now, do you go after... Oh, Viper, you got to drop a market, buddy, so you can start trading. He's waiting, dude. You got to drop a market. Drop it in the corner so you can start trading. That would be such a Viper thing. If he was streaming right now, he'd drop that shit over here. Mangonel now coming out from Viper. More John Swordsman. Capoch coming in with this army. He's trying to get whatever value he can, and he's distracted 3 of them. Viper goes for the gate, blocks off the army, trying to save the villager, goes for another gate over there. She's calmly walking around this way, and she is not going to go down. So calm from Viper. So calm from Viper. And Capoch is cooked. Like, how many knights can he get on the field here is the question. He's got some scouts, which is great. He can loop around for that monk. The ram is coming in now. The trade cart is even coming in. And the John Swordsmen are in the ram. The monk tries to convert those scouts. He's not going to get it. The knights are going to take out the ram potentially. And the scouts are going to take out the mangonel. And the John Swordsmen don't do fantastic against the knights. So Capoch will actually survive here. And Capoch also looking to go for a rocket cart as well. John Swordsman trying to protect this mangonel. They're not going to be able to do that. And Viper might have to think of a tech switch. He's going into Spearman now. So good job from Viper. He still hasn't been disturbed economically other than that one raid. But Capoch also doing a great job. trying to push this stuff back and successfully surviving the early part of Castle Age. And he's ahead on res collected. He's still stuck in the corner, though. I still like Viper's position a little bit more than Capoch's. Another TC here for Viper. No urgency on that guy. TCing a relic. And the Knights are coming forward. And Viper is going to snag this relic. Remember, he sees all 4 relics on the map. And he's also got this guy. He's had this guy patrolling for a while. I think he wants to track the expansion to see if Capoch is coming out here. If he's going to try and hide some economy. 2 pikemen here for Viper. Don't know if that's enough to clear 3 knights. They do have the armor. But Capoch, typical Capoch fashion, is just going to ignore the pikemen. He's going to kill Vils. Viper wants Capoch to come for this villager. So he can get some good hits with the pikemen. Very calm response here from him. Trying to trap it in! Viper doesn't get the trap! Oh, man. You saw the vision. You absolutely saw the vision on that one. It didn't come together because there was one hole there. Dang, dude. Another villager goes down. Capoch has killed 4 villagers from Viper. Really solid job from Capoch. And Capoch still more res collected, more villagers. Viper's bringing this relic back because he knows this monastery is probably going to die. A big army from Viper, 20 military, lots of pikemen now. And he's made another monastery back here. If he can snag this relic, he's going to start the counter because there's a relic right here and there's another relic on this TC. So he's going to try and go out for this one, I think. Capoch has to be careful with that. Fervor is coming in from Viper. I mean, he can basically see the whole map. So he put the monastery back here, and he actually might realize that those are the only relics. There's a couple areas he can't see. But, like, he might be cognizant of the fact that there's potentially only 4 relics on this map. And it's worth it to build the monastery safe and bring all of those back. And that should be priority number... Maybe not number 1, but like 1B. Number 1 is obviously keeping yourself safe. And keeping military coming out on the field. Capoch has added 2 extra town centers, so he's booming. Viper's booming. They're both booming. Dude, Viper's going to start the countdown. He is not going to ignore relics. He never does. That's one thing that he's still better at than almost any other top 10 player. Is snagging the relics. It's almost an obsession. This monastery is very exposed, though. Like, it's in a very, very rough position. More knights coming in this way. Still no walls or anything. He's just trying to defend with pikemen. He's losing more villagers now. Nice little gate there from Viper trying to delay. He does get 1 conversion. He's probably going to get another one here on another knight. Yeah, he gets another knight, but the knights are still killing villagers under here. And Capoch doing Capoch things here, folks. He loves to do this. Just run under TCs, run into open areas, snag units with knights. Be as annoying as you possibly can. There is 1 relic remaining for Viper on that TC. It's a bit harder to see on the minimap. Man, if Viper were to send a couple villagers forward and just stonewall this area, Capoch would have a hell of a time trying to deny that. Where's this monk? Does he realize the relic is right there? Does he know? He's sending the monk forward. I don't think he does. I think the TC is visually blocking that relic. So he doesn't realize what's happening. He wants the monk forward. The rocket card is out now from Capoch. That's not a great fight for Capoch. He's going to lose all of his knights here. He's killed 10 villagers. He's ahead by 2k res. But now he loses his raiding force. He loses his army. And Viper almost has enough stone for a castle. He placed a farm here. He might see this relic. He sees it. Dude, he did an about face right there. As soon as he placed those farms, he's like, ooh. He sniffed himself a relic. All right, so there's not a lot of army here for Capoch. No way to deny this castle. As soon as the counter begins, Viper should wall on either side of this. And the monk is coming home. Capoch, you've done some really good damage. You've recovered really well in this game. You might be ahead economically, but uh-oh, standard victory, baby. 200 years on the timer. Capoch can see where that monastery is. He knows. And Viper... Is Viper even going to play the relic victory condition? Probably not. Any other player would probably just wall up right now. Multiple layers of wall, fortified wall, whatever. Wall around this? No. They'll go for a second castle here. Red Cliff's tactics. Are you fucking serious? He wants to go fire archers. Chickso, thank you for the raid. Why no castle near the monastery? Because it's Viper, dude. He probably doesn't want to win by relic victory. He wants to win standard. And he wants to win with freaking fire archers, dude. These things do cook once they get the unique tech. Alright, he shifted all of his monks over to the knights. The light cap does not get the monks, and he gets 3 conversions. Viper is going to save 2 of these monks as well. And the fire archers are coming out. Now, the fire archers with Red Cliff arrows, or tactics, or whatever the fuck they're called, they do continuing burn damage against buildings, and their range against buildings is insane. So they have a building mode and a unit mode. Their unit mode is like 4 or 5 base range. The building mode is 10. And you can see this castle slowly losing HP. Once he gets a number of them, that castle is going to start burning. It's going to start burning bad. Converted knights chasing after those. He's tracking these knights as well. A 3rd castle for Viper. Oh my goodness. He doesn't even need to go imp. Why would you go imp? You don't need to. Just make more fire archers, more pikemen. 155 years now on the relic countdown. 108 villagers for him, 121 for Capoch, and that castle is going down pretty quick now. It's burning. Ballistics is coming in for Viper. Here come the knights. Ballistics is in now, so the castle's actually going to hit him. But they can come in right for this monastery, and yep. He goes for another castle. Okay, I guess there's plenty of stone on the map, right? But can he repair this monastery? Can he save the countdown? Or is he even concerned with that at all? Fire archers getting a little lost in the sauce here. Forward. It's going to try and pull all of that back to the castle. This is still a really bad position here for Capoch. Because of that army forward. He's going to stop the relic countdown, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. Now, see, now he has an objective. Like, Viper doesn't want to play the objective until it's threatened. And now he wants to hard commit all of his villagers for the objective. The castle is still killing knights, but Viper loses like 30 vills trying to repair this monastery. They could have easily been walled in earlier. And now he walls in this vill. It's 123 years. Murder holes is on the way for Viper. It does make sense. Capoch just hard committing Castle Age. We have 29 knights. A really good eco for him. And he's sending more knights to this triple castle stack. No walls at all from Viper, by the way. This is so stupid. There's so many things he could have done here to prevent all of this. And he just refuses. He absolutely refuses to do it. He has murder holes now, though, so that castle's going to cook. And maybe he wants Capoch to just keep feeding him units. I mean, soon he's going to have another castle here. He's going to have, like, 40 fire archers if this keeps going. And that'll be like having a big old Treb stack, honestly. More knights coming in. Quick walls coming in from Viper. There's been plenty of those this game. He has lost 51 villagers. You know how many villas he would have lost if he just went for a palisade wall early when he could have? 0. Literally 0, dude. Literally 0. This kind of has to work for Viper. Oh, he's fine, bro. He's fine. 93 years for him. Capoch going for another castle. Viper's going to see that. Cavalier will be an issue with the final armor upgrade, for sure. These fire archers don't do a ton of damage. I think he wants Capoch to dive in for this with his units. He wants to bait that. Another castle for him. It's just a castle stack on these hills. Treadmill crane now on the way. 34 fire archers. The knights are coming in. And Viper... Well, he's getting some good damage with these castles behind. The fire archers aren't doing a whole lot to the knights, and Cavalier upgrade is on the way. I mean, you can only lose villagers for so long, right? 58 villagers lost? He sends more for this castle? The knights are in again? The monastery is still open? 69 years for Viper? And gates. Okay, he realizes I've taken many losses. Many losses. I need to stop this. Capoch still coming in for this. Another castle for Viper. And Capoch is just feeding these knights in. 1 or 2 walls could have stopped all of this. But Viper is playing this like some sort of scenario. Hold the monastery. No walls allowed. The monastery is still up, and the units are still coming in. And more Cavalier is still threading their way through these castles. Capoch is hard committing to this, and Viper's holding. 51 years. 77 villagers lost by the snake. There's no way for Capoch to break these castles. Another castle! 6 castles. There's no way for him to break these castles. He has to kill the monastery. He's trying to take advantage of Viper's like lack of walls and Viper's need to just defend this way. Now, Viper, on the other hand, is now trying to take advantage of Capoch, trying to take advantage of him, if that makes sense. Like, he's deliberately now at this stage of the game, knowing that the relic countdown is probably his win condition, deliberately keeping that somewhat open, not walling this area, because Capoch just keeps feeding units in. So why not? That castle will go down quite quickly against the fire archers. Capoch now, from his point of view... the funnel through all of this. And the gates! The gates! Finally some walls for Viper. There's always a hole. But the trap! Oh my god, Viper! Oh my god, he just trapped in 22 Cavalier. Viper just absolutely trapped in 22 Cavalier. They're stuck, and the gate wall just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. The Omega Trap. 18 years left on the countdown, and what a sad way to end game one for Capoch. He is absolutely stuck. The fire archers are working away on this castle. It's taking so much damage that Capoch is just feeding units through this funnel of death to get to this monastery that he definitely cannot kill. Much can be said, and I've said a lot of it, about the lack of walling here from Viper, but like if you decide to play this way, it's going to be very entertaining, and Viper gave us a very entertaining game one. It's all about the content, baby. It's all about the content. 53 kills on these castles. We had 45 kills on these castles. All knights, basically. Treb was like 10 minutes late. Yeah, I think they both just kind of said, this will be fun. Capoch is like, I'm going to try and kill this with cavalry. Viper's like, all right, I'm going to try and defend with castles. Jeez, man. This is why no one likes Viper? What are you talking about, bro? It's probably the most likable pro in the history of the game. This is why no one likes Viper. Because he has fun. Great take, dude. F tier bait? Yeah. Jeez, man. Yo, what's up, Lewis? Lewis, by the way, we saw a game yesterday with Monuments. I don't know if you're watching. Between Tato and Mihai. And according to Zetnus, if you take control of the monument, which was guarded by Gaia units, you can make specialty units out of it. Like hero units and trebs and stuff. So if you do see one of those, give it a try. Because I want to see. Bensker, thank you for the 5 subs, dude. Thank you. You got gifted a sub? Make sure you thank the gifter. Yeah, apparently you can get like Warwolf Treb and stuff. I don't know if you can get God's Own Sling, which has like 20 range, but I did make an announcement that tells the players that, oh no, dude, you got it. I mean, good, I guess. But that's like scouting the map, you know? I guess I just told Lewis without him scouting it. Telling the players is boring. Let us find out ourselves. Yeah, but the problem is, are you ever going to click the monument? Ooh. Double TC start here. Very snowy map. We start with an Imperial skirmisher for both. And Capoch is playing Gajaras. Viper is playing as the Turks. Now, I like the Gajaras better. I think the Gajaras have a decent matchup against the Turks. But we'll see how Capoch decides to play this one. Also on double TC start, starting with the berries is amazing. Unfortunately, I don't know if you'll get many herdables on 2TC start to garrison in your mill, because you're probably going to need to eat all of those. Now the wild boars, let's take a look at how much food is available for each player. 253 on that one, 546 on this one. Then we have 253, 253. Viper, 253. 253. 253. That's the 546 or whatever. And Capoch is taking that to the mill. Things get sloppy on a 2TC start, you know? Things get a little sloppy. As far as the map overall looks, 3 choke points, 1 on each side. Relic count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 relics. And wow. Look at this. Look where all the stones spawned for Viper. Holy cow. 9,200 stone for the Turks. With 9,000 gold there. That's a pretty good area on this side for Viper. We still have a lot of stone for Capoch and a lot of gold. It's just a little bit more spread out. He's also got this neutral gold over here. He's got this one in the back as well. Where are the other stones? There's another stone there. Capoch did not spawn with as much stone as Viper did, I don't think. Yeah, Viper has way more stone. I'll leave this one up to... I'll leave this one up to you, Tree. Too late for read? No, this would be a resource distribution thing. Do I think it's like Capoch does have enough stone back here, but this side didn't start with any. How much stone? Viper's got 14K. Right? As he tries to trap that in. Capoch has 4.6. Oh, there is stone back here. Yeah. So Capoch would... Okay. Capoch does have that one. 8.4, basically. But he has to chop through to this. He'll probably never find it. It's trapped. I say Rhea. I don't have a say on this. It's up to the admins. I mean, HyperRandom, generally, we want to avoid Rees. Right? It depends on whether you think that's going to matter or not. It probably will, since it's a 2TC start, but let's see. Is there admin read? There is some admin reads available, yeah. There's more stone in the left corner for Viper. No, that's gold. This is a re for sure, right? It's up to the admins. I mean, in general, unless something is super, super imbalanced, we don't really admin re on HyperRandom. But yeah. Doesn't seem like a crazy reason to re. I don't know what that means. Does that mean you're in favor of it? Does it mean you're not? Either or. We've got the booms going on right now. Resources collected. Actually, almost dead even. That is insane. Both of them have done so well with the early start. We have 150 idle TC time here for Capoch. 126 for Viper. And Viper is trying to kill this with the Imperial Age Skirmisher. We've got 2 Imp Skirms healing up here for Capoch. Longer it goes, the less I want to read. Yeah, it should. I mean, it should be fine. But I'm just envisioning a full late game battle with the Turks having all the stone and everything. It shouldn't end up like that. It'll probably end before they even collect 2,000 stone. And Capoch just killed the Imp Skirm. I mean, to be fair to Capoch, he does have super safe stone, and there's 4,600 of it up here. Hi, Dave. Can I cast the next game with you? No. Sorry, dude. You can do. Tell you what. You can cast at home, and I'll be there with you in spirit. Snack pack. Thanks for the resub, dude. Okay, so I think we're going to not read this one. because I haven't seen anything, and the players are still going. And like I said, there's inherently imbalances in HyperRandom. And stone is something that won't come into play until much, much later. So hopefully this game gets concluded before I have to deal with that. Like I said, I'm not an admin. I'm not an admin. I am simply a caster. I have no influence over this, okay? So don't come crying to me if you're all upset. And don't cry to the admins either, because they don't care about your opinion. And don't cry to anybody. And don't cry in the mirror. Scouts are coming out for Viper. Okay. So 2 TCs start. Feudal pressure is usually not advised, and Viper gets a good, really good time to Castle Age here. Capoch is slightly behind, very far behind him. Capoch actually might be trying for some like fast imp, unintentional fast imp strategy. He's going out to the stone now. He's going over towards the gold. He's trying to wall up this side. Viper making a few scouts, or maybe just one scout to get some information. He wants to find out where this big hill of resources is for Capoch. It's nowhere to be found, honestly. Capoch Castle Age delayed due to lack of stone. Yeah, sure. Sure, buddy. Lord of Swords, thank you for the 4 months.
Nice tournament.
Castle Age coming in. Viper is going to castle drop this with the stone that he has over here. Capoch is on stone back here, though. And there's a big castle drop. That's a Castle Age TC. It's so much faster to Castle Age here for Viper. And Capoch is going to be kicked off a lot of his food eco. And I'm just wondering, like, why so late for Capoch? Why was Viper up so much earlier than he was? Then he has no stone. Yeah, if he gets kicked off of this, yeah. Camels coming out from Capoch. These are camel scouts. He's still a minute away from Castle Age. Viper's going to place another castle before he gets there. There's another stone back here. Oh, don't make it matter, dude. Freaking Viper, dude. Of course he's pushing in the one area. It's super risky. The camels are coming out here. Capoch. Well, what is he going to do? He's going to go for a castle here, I suppose. But does he have a chance here? I mean, look at his food eco. It's so bad. And Viper's going to click up to him. Capoch will get the castle up. Camels are coming into the wood line here. Let's see if Viper notices that. If he can quick wall. House. Okay, got that. He got that quick wall over there. Nice. Saves the wood line. Quick gates over here. Using some stone to wall this up. Monastery now going up because he sees the extent of the relics. I believe. And Capoch now going for more farms. Viper is going to click up the imp shortly, though. Capoch has not been able to get any damage done. Viper's only killed one villager. 70 villagers for both. But the timings here have just been so much better from Viper. It's actually ridiculous. I'm still not clear on why Capoch was so slow. How much food is Capoch denied? Quite a bit from these farms. And he's on to the other stone back here. Okay. Capoch couldn't click imp because he has no stone. Okay. Okay. All right. Whatever. He's going forward for the stone. He wants the stone, dude. TC going up for Capoch right there. The camels harassing the villagers on stone. There has never been a game influenced by stone more than this game. Monastery going up for Capoch. Siege Workshop over here. Units don't move anymore, man. It's very frustrating. They don't move when you're trying to build a building. Where they are. Another castle goes up from Viper. He does see this town center over here. Capoch has managed to kill a few villagers. But Imperial Age is going to be a big problem for him. Now, Gujaras against Turks. Like, late game, they feel pretty good because Turks can't really deal with elephants very well, but Capoch does not have the eco to get imp right now, and he doesn't have the eco to spam units right now. He's going for another castle, and it's going to be Capoch taking control of Viper's stone. So now Viper doesn't have any stone. Viper is not going to have access to any stone. In a complete 180. The castle is going up on Viper's TC. Capoch says, you're going to castle me. I'm going to castle you. Viper will take out this castle. He's going to go for a siege workshop to make bombard cannons to try and take out this castle over here. And Capoch will start taking all of this gold and stone. 95 villagers for Capoch, 80 villagers for Viper. Classic Capoch making things messy in the Castle Age. It's being attacked in 3 different locations right now. Res collected, he's caught up. Viper now has access to this stone. And he's taking that gold over there. And Capoch still trying to control this area. Realizes this is a very valuable area over here. He's also trying to repair this castle, and he goes into Shrivamshas. So Shrivamshas can be really good against gunpowder units. And very solid against the Turks. But you need to mass up a bunch of those. So he's going to try and mass them. He's also going to try and kill this bombard cannon with the camels. And Viper's not paying attention to that. That's really nice from Capoch. That is really nice to come in there and snipe that. That gives another couple minutes to this castle. You can use your stone to repair this castle and build up the Shrivamshas. And his food eco is finally cooking back here. He's got a lot of gold as well. The 2TC economy just kind of sneaks up on you, right? 106 villagers here for Capoch. He's bringing back a relic as well. 0 relics for both of them, despite there being 10 on the field. Viper definitely knows that the Shrivamshas are coming in for this. I think he wants to make a tech switch into camels. This is a game here, despite Capoch being in Castle Age. He has a nice eco lead. He's got these units, which dodge the shots from the Janissaries. And can come in and snipe the bombard cannons and the Trebs. And Viper has to make a long tech switch into camels. This is also a very exposed Treb there for Viper. And now Viper is coming forward. And he's going to take the gold from Capoch. He could also take this stone over here. And yeah, that Treb is just like, why would you ever just move it out there? The camels snipe the Treb. They snipe the bomber cannon. They're going to snipe the Treb. They might come back for this one again. Shrivamshas are being built up. Rohan's about to arrive over here. To save, or to attack Gondor. They've switched alliances. It's murky, dude. Lord of the Rings by George R.R. Martin. Oh, no. Oh, no, Viper. The camels are not there in time. All of the siege going down, and that castle's taking 26k damage, but Capoch keeps it up. And now Viper is TCing the stone over here. I like this from Viper. He walled these in to prevent them from going down. More Shravamshas on the way. Murder holes again. 2 straight games with murder holes from Viper. And Viper is massing up the camels. But we have Shravamshas over here. Just kind of cooking. Killing villagers. And this is stuff that Viper's not noticing right now. Capoch still has not clicked up to Imp. He goes for more farms at the other side. What an interesting way this game has developed. I mean, we thought this was all going to be Vipers over here. So far, Capoch has taken more res from this area than Viper has. $121 villagers against 101. But Imperial Age is huge, and the camels are a problem. The camels for Capoch, that is. Or not for Capoch, sorry, for Viper. The farming eco is solid. No wheelbarrow for 122 villagers? Oh my god. I mean, Viper doesn't have wheelbarrow either. You have 45 farms. 124 vills. It's tough to track with everything going on. Viper traps in these camels over here. That's a really nice job from him. And he's going to take out this castle. But no wheelbarrow for that economy is so brutal. And now Capoch is Omega housed. He's sending more vills. He's sending more vills forward to this gold. He has golds back here. Does he not see the? He doesn't know. He must think, I don't have any stones, which is kind of true. And then I don't have any golds as well. But he's got 2 over here he has no idea about. And he just makes another TC. Still killing villagers. Trying to defend over on this side against the camels with the monks. The Shramshas are coming in. Can the bombard cannons get away? Feel like they can. Good walls there from Viper. Again, another layer. Capoch tries to go for a TC. Dude, this is like the most Capoch gameplay of all time. He finally does get wheelbarrow. He never... I'm going to say he never gives up, and he's going to give up. But he never gives up. He just keeps gaming. It's just so locked. At all times. Despite being in Castle Age against Imperial Age, he just keeps gaming. Now he's sending the Shravamshas over. He's also got these armored elephants. He's going to try and take back this stone over here. Still doesn't know about these golds, critically. Just a little bit more vision. Chop a little bit further along, and he'll be able to see those. Okay, Shravamshas should be able to clear up these Janissaries. Should be. Yeah, they will. And the TC will go down, and guess what? Capoch is going to have access to Golden Stone again. 114 villagers for both. Viper is pushing back. Viper going to clear this TC. Going to have the camels. This Capoch just adds more farms. It's got 2,000 wood in the bank. 0 on gold currently. He doesn't see this stuff. He doesn't know. He thinks he has no gold. He has gold. He has plenty of gold. Viper now walling in the villagers trying to run away. Oh, frustrating. Frustrating for Capoch. And he's going to give up. He's going to resign. And then he's going to see these 2 golds back here. The stones actually didn't end up being that much of a factor. It was more the golds for Capoch. I think if you were to ask him, he would be more concerned about the golds. But not seeing 5,400 gold in the back is a big issue, right? And obviously he got cut off of this early. And then there's this one as well that he had no idea about. I mean, scout your own base. It's tough, dude. On a 2TC map, it's super tough. Especially when they were trying to micro those skirmishers early. My question is just like, that whole game happened the way it did because Capoch was so late to Feudal Age. Like, so late. We look at when Viper clicked up. Like, he clicked up at 9 minutes and 20 seconds. Capoch hadn't brought this boar in yet. So it might have been because the imp skirms were forward here from Viper. Capoch never got his big boar. Viper took that really early. And it might be because he never got that early because it was being contested. That, why was that thing weak? What happened to that? Ah, Viper tried to lame that. I see. Okay. That makes sense. It's crazy how on a 2TC map, which has so many units, something like that can be such a difference maker. So Viper pulled it away early, and that delayed Capoch bringing that in, and then he couldn't have a ton of villagers on the board, which means he didn't have the food to click up to Feudal Age, which meant he was a minute and a half later than Viper, which meant that Viper was able to come forward and castle drop his ass, which then meant that Capoch lost access to the stone and the gold on that side and had to go forward. Yeah, everything. Everything. And then, dude, this isn't Dude, Where's My Car? We're not end-ending, okay? If you say and then one more time, and then. Oh, man. That's such a funny scene, dude. Where's that from? Dude, Where's My Car? Kind of mediocre movie, but it has its moments. Can you run ads now, please? Excuse me. Oh my god. Sure, I'll run ads now. Half Daddy, thank you for the 23. Lord of Swords, thank you for the 4. So we're gonna have some overlap with Yo Vivi a little bit. They are starting soon. Capoch and Viper. I mean, hopefully we get 5 games, but okay. Here we are on game number 3. And we have Viper playing as Bengalis, Capoch playing as the Ethiopians. They both start with a Princess Yodit. Yo, who dit? And then they have water as well. Viper is slightly close to the water. He might find it sooner. With Yodit, though, being so quick, feels like Capoch should be able to scout that. She's got a decent amount of vision. Oh! Did they both get a map revealer over there? They both got a map revealer telling them there's water. That's amazing. Okay. That's crazy. All right. So that's good, I guess. And Capoch is going to come over and he's going to scout this area and he's going to see deep fish, deep fish, deep fish. Okay. Deep fish. Early loom by Viper. Oh, that's interesting. Why? There are some crocodiles around with 167 food on them, by the way. Let's take a look at the food values. 475, 382 on the rhinos. We have ostriches with 182. The horses have 137. These crocodiles have a lot of food, and that is a well-guarded rhinoceros. You could bring in so much food here. 901 food with one villager if you manage to survive the crocodiles. Viper, all of his golds and stones are forward here. Capoch doesn't like the Civ matchup, probably, with Ethiopians. Also didn't find himself a rhino or a boar or anything, so he uses his re. I think if there's water involved, that's probably a good re, right? Ethiopians against Bengalis, you don't want to fight them on a hybrid map. The fuck is going on with my Twitch front page, dude? The fuck is this? What? I'm confused. All right, be right back. Dave is BRBing to watch that stream. Sure. Trying to figure out what's going on, dude. All right, 1 minute left. We have Capoch with no Reno. He's playing as Berbers. Viper gets the Mayans. It's not the Maya, it's the Mayans. You're not taking away my NS, dude. You do not take away my NS. They are not the Brito. They're not. They are, though? No. You might need to cast Yo Vivi game 1. It looks sick. Nope. I don't switch sets, Tree. You know this. Come on now. Get someone else to cast.
I know.
Masterman, thank you for the 26 months. Appreciate it. What's your favorite Always Sunny set? I never really watched Always Sunny. Seen a few clips, but never really watched it. All right. So we have Berbers for Capoch, Mayans for Viper. And it looks like they start with 2. Say it with me, chat. They start with 2 of these guys. You know this guy. Udayadit Yavar Yamarn. Man. Guy. The first. Say it with me.
You should have heard your mom last night. She sounded like my great aunt when I pull a surprise visit. She was like, oh!
Udayadit Yavarman the first. Udayadit Yavarman. Anyway, they start with 2 of those dudes, which is why they had to make houses at the beginning. They also start with a donjon, which in Dark Age does not fire arrows. Let's take a look at the resources here. Jeez, that's loud. Don't know what the granary does, but it does it loudly. 489 food on the rhino. 329 food on the elephant. We've got a little bit of food on these water buffalo as well. 190. That's actually quite a bit. 142 on the berry bushes. Capoch still has his re. No, he used it the previous game, dude. What are you talking about? What happened the previous one then? Was it your re? Was it an admin re? It was an admin re for what though? Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 relics. I am an admin, I'm telling you. Yeah, well, you're wrong a lot, Tree, so... Oh, God, Viper! I don't know how he's gonna save this guy. Ree from Capoch. What the fuck? What happened here, dude? Dude, okay, so Viper was just chilling. He was trying to come out for this elephant. He was getting a little greedy, to be honest. There was 2 elephants out here. And he's like, this is fine, whatever. I'm just going to wall this guy in. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Uh-oh. Ah! Wow. That's actually sick. That was actually really sick. Holy cow. And it was Capoch that called the re as well. So we go into the next game. So apparently the game before was an admin re. And we have a couple re's. That's fine. It's the nature of HyperRandom, right? The scripts are random. They're also hyper. Oh, interesting. Bohemians against Saracens. Can you just read out the DM from Straggler Tree? Oh my fucking god, dude. You guys are so needy. I don't have any DMs from Straggler Tree. Wow. Food City over here. Holy cow. All right, so Viper is playing as Saracens. Capoch is playing as Bohemians. And another 2 town center start. We've got a lot of food over here from Capoch as well. Elephant up here. Is that all of the food combined from Viper? Oh, for fuck's sakes. Is Viper just getting map hacks again? Guys, Viper's just getting map hacks again. There's 1, 2, 3 elephants for Capoch. There's 4, 5. Okay, 5 for Viper. I guess 4 elephants for Capoch if you count this one. And then the boars, 2 of those for Viper. And I don't see any boars for Capoch. They do have the horses, so they will scout a decent amount around here. And Capoch is going to steal a bunch of the turkeys from Viper. There is a boar for Capoch. Okay, there's a boar over here for Capoch. Okay. So 2 boars for Viper, 1 for Capoch. 5 elephants for Viper, 4 for Capoch. So Viper has 1 extra boar, 1 extra elephant. I don't think that's reworthy, to be honest. I think Viper has 3 boars. I see 1, 2... I mean, it's good, for sure. I don't know if it's reworthy, though. I don't think so. Okay, there's a 3rd one there. Okay, so he has 3. Capoch also just killed the scout from Viper. The horse from Viper. So I think Capoch wouldn't even want to read this. Even if he had the option. He just killed the scout from Viper. He has enough food to keep the TCs running. 58 seconds of idle time. Viper with 56. Viper still hasn't even taken these. He's just keeping them in reserve for now. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we're okay. Capoch now taking the hares. Does he see this boar? He can. 383 food. That's quite nice to take that one. The berries have 145 on them. Should be based on food values. Yeah, well, it has to be extreme. Okay, guys. I'm going to lay this out for you right now, okay? A lot of these maps, it's the nature of HyperRandom. Just like the Civ matchups, they're going to be inherently unfair to one player, okay? It has to be an extreme difference for us to call a re on HyperRandom. And it's up to the admins, okay? Does not matter what you think. It does not matter what you think. It has to be an extreme difference. And this is not extreme enough, in my opinion. And it doesn't matter what my opinion is either. It matters on what the admin's opinion is. That's a good corner. That's a great corner over there. Feudal Age is on the way for Viper. It still hasn't even taken 2 of these. Capoch, clicking up to Feudal Age at a very competitive time. So 38 villagers for Capoch, 37 villagers for Viper, and Viper now kills one of the horses from Capoch. So they're all even. 1-1 on the horse count. Capoch, plenty of extra resources in the corner if he does scout that. Lots of gold and stone at the back here. Also lots of gold back here, although there's only 203 on each of those. And then we have the oysters as well. So you could set up a little fish boom at the back with those oysters. How does this matchup work if it goes late? That's a great question. Because they both have really solid late games. Bohemians feel great, but Saracens feel more mobile than they do. Do tree patches have different count than usual? Yeah, so the trees are variable counts depending on what type they are. So these have 56 on them, which is not a lot. But the jungle trees have 104. These trees over here have 120. So the majority of the wood is in these mangrove forests at the back. Market Blacksmith for Capoch. Market Blacksmith for Viper. He goes out to the gold now. Slightly more res collected for Capoch. And all things considered, I mean, the boars and the elephants didn't really end up mattering other than Viper still having 1 elephant under his TC right now. Capoch didn't call a re twice. There was one that was an admin re. For some reason, we weren't told what. The Ethiopian Bengali one was an admin re. Should have been another admin re. Okay, that's great. Are we dancing or what's going on? Is this worth your time, Capoch? I don't know if it is. Viper puts that elephant in a little pen. Not able to bring this back. And Capoch, Viper, both on the way to Castle Age. Capoch is on stone right now. Viper is still on stone, but he's not going to have enough for a castle. However, he's buying some stone. So with Saracens, he might just straight up buy a castle. We'll see what Capoch decides to do. He could go for just defensive castle on both sides, honestly. Aggressive castle on both sides is also a possibility. 11 on stone with 770 stone already here. Like, Capoch could castle drop here and castle drop over here. Although it looks like Viper's going to get there first. With the help of the Saracen market, he's going to get a castle up on this hill in a beautiful position. And Capoch is going to go and castle the forward TC from Viper over here once he gets to Castle Age himself. And then Capoch can make a defensive one on this side too. There we are. Mamelukes are going to be hard to use on a 2TC start. Pretty slow to produce, fairly expensive. And limited range as well. So, Viper's going to have to be careful with those if he wants to keep producing them. Hussite wagons, you can just kind of yeet them in. Capoch is asking questions. You're not wrong. He is asking questions. Another TC going up for Viper to replace the one he's going to lose. Another TC for Capoch. That's such a nice TC up on the hill. It's like the only spot he can put it. No one has gone really for the oysters either. Like, Viper sees a few of them. Adding a dock here wouldn't be the worst if you're floating a lot of wood. Capoch could also go for another castle, which he's doing right now, protecting the stones and the golds as the Mamelukes come around. Try and get some value. Hussites, like I said, much easier to use here, right? You don't really have to worry about the TC fire with them. They can snipe the villagers. Mamelukes will just fail to range things. They'll run into TC fire, castle fire, and actually die to that. Redemption is coming in from Viper, so he wants to use monks to convert these Hussite wagons. How do wagons fare against Mamelukes? Mamelukes don't have any bonus damage against them. But Hussite wagons don't have any melee armor. So the Mamelukes will be doing the full 8 damage with their scimitar. Hussite wagons will be doing the full 10 damage. Plus whatever the extra projectiles do. So I guess it comes down to fire rate. Feels like the Hussite wagon should win the 1v1. There's 5 Mamelukes here now from Viper. He gets devotion. He's nervous about the monks from Capoch. And he loses a Mameluke to the TC. The monks are trying to convert the Hussite wagons over here. Capoch just deletes that. And Capoch has 70 villagers against 66. This is a good setup for him. Nice conversion for Capoch. He gets 2 of them. Mamelukes is just not the unit in this situation. I love them. They can be good. Not on a 2TC map. We're just trying to run around and get raiding damage. They just feel very underwhelming. And yeah, with the extra projectiles, actually Hussite wagons are doing a lot of damage to these Mamelukes. That was 3 shots right there. Doing 61 damage. Okay, so Viper with 73 villagers. Not the greatest food eco behind here. It's better than Capoch's, though. Only 9 villagers on wood. He goes for a barracks now. And the question is, what is he going to transition into? It kind of feels like a really rough game here for Viper. I mean, Capoch Adding a 4th TC now. He's going forward with a castle. He's got the Hussite wagons. He's got Mamluks that he converted earlier. He's got the monks behind. Like, Viper can't stop this castle. The best he can do is a counter castle right here. And Capoch has a lot of monks behind the scenes. He's got 8 monks now on the field. 3 of them are forward. He converts the villagers. He comes forward with his own Mamluks. He's trying to stall out this castle. He's not going to deny it. He's just going to stall it. That's it. Until his goes up, which it does. Viper now struggling to get up to Imperial Age. So we could see another situation where Capoch is maybe fighting Castle Age versus Imperial Age. But he does have a significantly better eco setup than Viper right now. And he's also got a lot of gold. Unfortunately for him, Viper just absolutely nuked the food price. So he's paying 162 gold for 100 food. Freaking Viper Saracens, man. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, he's been in the market. Oh, he has been in the market, man. Capoch is going to go for another castle over here. It's too many castles for Viper to take out at this stage. Resources not looking good. Eco is not conducive to spamming a ton of trebs. I mean, he is Saracen, so he could just buy stuff, I guess. But wood is going to be an issue for Viper. He can't really go for another unit comp either. At least not until he gets his eco in check. So he's just going to be trying to raid with these Mamluks and then trying to take out these castles with trebs, I suppose. Capoch now 40 on food. He's done a very solid job balancing that out. 106 villagers. Notices this raid as well. Saves the villager. And he's coming back here with the monks to try and convert the entire army from Viper. As Viper's just now getting bloodlines. First armor upgrade. Like, he didn't have any upgrades for these Mamluks. And now the Mamluks need to go on the run. They need to get away from these monks. Capoch now clicks up to Imp. Nice job from Capoch. Another castle behind in response to Viper's second castle up on the hill. So Viper's still gonna have to use the market. He should be able to get 2 trebs out right away. But Mamluk production is going to be a struggle. Because all of his gold will go into trebs immediately. Capoch kind of losing track of these Mamluks back here too. I'd love to see him get ballistics. I think ballistics would be very nice if he could snag it. He has so many castles, like ballistics, fletching, bodkin. I know it's tough. Because you want to spend your res on other things, but those could be extremely useful technologies. He's going for more monasteries, so the monk upgrades are coming in for him. He expects monk treb from Viper. Viper is now getting heresy. So Viper has read the fact that Capoch wants to go into monks heavily. I mean, he already saw 8 over here. I'm not certain that heresy is worth it. For these Mamluks? Like, wouldn't you rather put that 1,000 gold into something else? He's doing it regardless, and Heresy is going to kick just in time for him to see this monk army. Maybe. He does have 14 Mamluks right now. Capoch is just going super heavy into monks. He adds his first barracks. Might go hand cannons or something with Bohemians here. Viper, think about another castle. Ooh, Viper. Be careful with that one. Imperial Age now in. Block printing, theocracy, illumination. 129 villagers in this eco, and he's making monks. Not something you see all the time. 129 villager eco, and you make monks, and now he knows that heresy is in because those villagers or those Mamluks died. However, he does manage to kill a decent amount of them. He's queuing up Trebs behind the scenes. He's trying to save this castle. Viper is taking out a lot of these castles. I think monks were a very bad idea here. Very, very bad. You have such an insane villager count. You don't want to be spending all your time monk microing. Like, doesn't make much sense. Mamelukes now being converted. Viper won't have much of a follow-up army because the Mamelukes are all dying. Even with heresy. Still gonna die. You can see he's converted 7 units, now 8 units that had heresy. Viper, though, getting his food eco sorted. 33 on food. Capoch. 134 villagers. And he's got 9 army. He's finally adding some archery ranges. He could have got chemistry way earlier. He's just getting it now because he was going into freaking monks. And the Trebs keep pushing from Viper. Capoch had such a better eco setup than Viper did. And it feels like he just did not take advantage of it. Skirmishers from Capoch. More archer ranges being added. Capoch is going to lose a lot of housing space here. He's going to spend a lot of the game housed from this point forward. He's now going out with the villagers to try and take care of the Trebs. 135 villagers still for Capoch. And Viper looking for more castle targets to push forward into with his Trebs. Bodcanero just now coming in. Ballistics, Elite Skirmisher. They're not doing super well against the Mamluks, but there's a limited amount of them, and they're still not elite. As Viper goes for another castle forward. Capoch, oh no. Chasing this Treb. Viper's going to see that. He's going to move the Treb over here, because he knows Capoch isn't paying attention to this. I guess he's not really paying attention to this either. He's just going for a castle forward. Okay, cool. Bomber cannon is finally out from Capoch. The forward castle position from Viper is a little risky. Lots of Trebs behind the scenes from Viper. They've dealt 40k damage. And he won't be too nervous about skirmishers because he can make more Mamluks, provided he gets his food eco set up. This castle is forward. This castle is forward. Treb stack is behind here. Everything being cleared. Capoch, 7k more res collected, but you don't really see it on the field. It's all already been lost in those castles that went down previously. These freaking villagers are still trying to kill the Treb. And the Treb survives. Oh my goodness, dude. Oh no. Oh, Capoch. Can you push this back with skirms and bombard cannons is the question. Viper trying to snipe the bombard cannons with the Trebs. He hasn't gotten any yet. Capoch is hoping he doesn't get lucky with those shots. Looks like he might have gotten 1. Nope. Still 3 left alive. And the Mamluks come in, and Capoch manages to kill those. So Capoch might actually manage to clear this up. The monk goes down as well. All these Trebs are going to die. This castle's going to die. And Viper now needs to make a tech switch into something else. At least on that side. Capoch is still gaming. The red face is on, guys. We know Capoch. He's locked in now. And he's finally got himself an army comp that can make use of his 106 villagers. He has less vills now than he had 10 minutes ago. Oh, and he got that bombard cannon converted. That was a clutch conversion from Viper. Really, really solid. Architecture now on the way. for Capoch to try and hold this castle. Trebuchet has not been unpacked. Viper could snipe that with one shot if he's paying attention. Capoch at 142 pop. Viper at 136. Capoch actually has more population than Viper, despite only having one castle and being up against the edge of the map here. Arbalest now on the way from Capoch. What's his like gold supply looking like? He's at the back here for gold. 6,500. He also has the oysters he can take. You don't need fishing ships to take that. You can set up a mining camp to take that guy. And Capoch is pushing back, folks. He's pushing back on this side. But his gold has been discovered. Needs to go for another TC over here. It's constantly 15 vills in the queue. 24 Arbalists now. Viper might actually be in trouble a little bit here. It looked like such a good position for him, but Capoch is kind of stabilizing on this side. He's definitely stabilized on this side. 154 pop versus 144. And Viper is trying to make a tech switch into Hussar. Just missing the final upgrade. And Blast Furnace as well, once Iron Casting comes in. The Arbalest will deal with the Mamluks quite nicely, though. Capoch. Bombard Cannons over here. He's taking out the stables that Viper is making to make that tech switch, to mass up those units. Unfortunately for Capoch, he doesn't really have anything to protect these over here. So he'll need to shift some Arbalests over, which he's doing right now. Another Bombard Cannon got converted by Viper. That one will go down. And Capoch, you know, he's on the edge of the map, but he's locked in, guys. 163, constantly holding the population lead, too. The food eco for him is slightly concerning, but he's Bohemians. Whatever. Make gold wood units. Screw it. As he adds more farms there, he's trying to rectify the food issue. He wants light cap. Also really wishing he had some stone as well, right? He spent a lot of stone on those castles that all went down. A castle here would feel great. He does have some stone in the back. As the Hussar tech just comes in on time. It was from that stable. Wow. Still, Viper's going to lose these stables. The raids are going to be annoying for Capoch. He'll probably continue losing villagers. Bombard Cannon's still working away on this castle from Viper. And that castle will likely go down unless the Trip can snipe like 4 Bombard Cannons. He gets 1. It gets another one even after they moved. And Viper's out of stone. He's out of stone. So he can't repair this castle any longer. The castle goes down. Capoch. They're both housed right now at 172 and 173 pop. Oh, that sucks. I always hate to lose a Bombard Cannon to a dead Trebuchet with their final shot. Hussar is now raiding here. We need Halb if you're Capoch, I think. 41 on food again, so he's done a really good job balancing that. He's coming to the oysters now. On this side, still is the golds and the stones available back here. I think he needs to go onto stone on that side. We look at total res left on this map. There's plenty. There's plenty. Arbalest should be fine against these Hussar. Just got to save the Bombard Cannon, but now there's skirms being added from Viper behind this. So skirm Hussar should be good against Arbalest Bombard Cannon. Light Cav are now being added in as a meat shield from Capoch. He's teching into Pikeman, but Viper is raiding him like crazy. So Capoch is going to lose a lot of villagers here. Viper just needed some time to get his eco set up. He's got 65 farms now. Probably more placed even. Yeah, oh, just exactly 65 farms. And he's spamming Hussar into the eco from Capoch, getting all of his eco upgrades. All of his unit upgrades, and then he has skirmishers to deal with the arbalist. So, different stages of adaptation from both of these guys as they try and make their tech switches to accommodate their expanding economies. And Viper has now tech switched into something that's going to be very difficult for Capoch to manage without castles all over the place. Like, if Capoch was on this stone right now, which he probably should be, and he got a castle up over here, and maybe a castle over here, or a castle over here, he could stop these Hussar raids. And he could end this annoyance and then focus on one concerted push through the center. But he's not on stone. He's busy trying to deal with Hussars in the back of his eco. On the other side, Viper still has his line of castles, preventing raids. Because he had the initiative early in Imperial Age. When does Capoch come back out to this stone? I think it's so important. I think the castles here are just critical for him. You gotta lock down the base somehow. You gotta lock it down somehow. Hussar's now coming in. Still no blast furnace for Viper, so that's a missing tech he probably wants to get. Makes it easier to snipe these, but, I mean, even without blast furnace, he's fine. He takes out the bombard cannons. Now he's raiding at the back here again. Right as Capoch comes back out for that stone, he starts raiding. Oh, brutal. And Barista Man coming in for Viper for the area healing on the monks. He might be thinking about massing up a big old group of Mamluks. Counterweights also coming in. Blast Furnace coming in. Viper is getting all the techs. He's maxing out. Getting every technology. Barista Man? That's what everyone calls it, dude. It's not Beamaristan or whatever the fuck. It's Barista Man. It's your favorite coffee shop tech, you know? For a nice little moncachino. There's still a hole here. Yep. What does it do? It provides area healing for monks. So they heal at the same rate, but they heal everyone within their range. So when you get a group of monks healing a group of, like, Mamluks, it is disgusting. You can heal so much. Now, for one monk behind two elite skirms, it's not gonna make a difference. Once you get a big old group of Mamluks, you will definitely see it come into play. So Viper has 132 vills, only 38 army though, 74 military for Capoch. So he's holding over on this side. He's starting to push on this side. And Viper's still being very annoying over here with the raids, but right now the focus is on this area. I think Capoch should just take the conversion there. Let it be converted and take out the castle while you can. Unfortunately, he backs away. It's going to try and set up trebs from this angle to take out this castle. Taking out that castle is very, very, very valuable. That's a great position up on the hill there for Viper. Capoch still really doesn't have a solution to the skirms either. He's going to come back over with these bombard cannons. He's probably going to kill this. He's probably going to kill the trebs as well. Viper does have counterweights for his trebs. So now they're 200 plus 31. And the trebs are still killing bombard cannons. And they're even getting some kills on the arbalists as well. Hufnitsa on the way. for Capoch. More raids coming in for Viper. 110 villagers killed for Viper. Capoch has constantly been producing more. Another castle for Viper, slightly back from that initial position. And he might end up killing these bombard cannons. He gets one. He gets both. He got both of the bombard cannons. Oh my god. Oh man. Capoch, what a struggle, dude. Viper's one of the best late game players in the world for a reason. He just does all the little things. Like sending in 3 hussars and sniping the 2 low HP bombard cannons. Hoarding's now in from Viper, so the castles are 6,300 HP. Very difficult to take out. I don't think Bohemians get Hoardings, do they? They don't. So Capoch has the full HP upgrades on his castles. He's not going to be able to save this guy. And I think this is just the beginning of the end here for Capoch. Elite Mameluke now coming in for Viper. And you can see these monks getting the area heal. So they've healed up 200 damage, these skirmishers, already. See, look at that. Doesn't make a difference when you get one shot by Huvnitsa cannonball, but if you're just fighting Arbalest, it can be a big deal, for sure. Yeah, in Skirm Wars, monk healing would be absolutely critical with the area heal. Is it possible for Viper to get all the relics and start the countdown? There's a relic right here. Is that the last relic on the map? I thought there was 6, right? Zoom out and double click it. I got you. Yep. That's the last one, dude. It started with a relic victory in game 1. We'll see if it ends with one. Capoch is still game in here. Another raid into the back. He has been unable to lock this down. Capoch still has 182 pop and 65 military with Huvnitsa. And he's got plenty of gold. My guy is not giving up anytime soon. He is locked in. Let's see what Viper does. He goes for more raids. 114 villagers for Capoch. He's lost 127 villagers this game. Elite Mamelukes are now in. They're all dripped out. They're absolutely dripped. I don't like the Elite Mameluke skin. I don't like it. And Capoch has started taking this wood line over here. That's where the majority of the wood is on the map. On that back area. Oh, here we go. Go for the relic, Viper. You know you want to. Capoch, every time he gets pushed on one side, he pushes back on the other side. Still no handcart for him. Viper gets the final wood upgrade. Still no final wood upgrade for Capoch. Certain things just slip through the cracks, and there are 2 relics in here. So even if he starts the countdown, could be problematic for sure. Damn, dude. How much wood is actually left on this map? 107k. All right. He has fervor, though. He does have fervor for the speed on the villagers, for sure. Viper now buying stone. God, Saracens, with such a crazy game where they're pushing on both sides, Saracens are just so valuable for using that market to balance. And as I page up here, you can see Viper has been using the market just a little bit. It's all Viper. It's all him. The monk is getting so close to that relic. Capoch is kind of guarding that thing. But he needs to deal with this. And not even a single Hufnitsa on the field. He's got one in the queue. This is the beginning of the end for Capoch. Where are you going? There's nowhere to run to. Why are you running? You're winning. Viper could also make a wonder. He could start a wonder here, folks. He goes for another castle. Boring. He could go for all the win conditions at once. Wonder, relic, and conquest. Siege engineers now on the way for Viper. So these trebs are going to be maxed out here with counterweights and then siege engineers as well. So 17 range, 231 attack. More Hufnitsa on the way for Capoch. This is dangerous for Viper. If he doesn't manage to kill those with treb shots, that was such a frustrating loss, dude. That treb just missed and absolutely whiffed that shot and still hit the Hufnitsa. Critically housed, yes. 165 out of 160. Don't worry, he's going to lose some units here, and he'll be able to produce. War Galley tech is coming in from... Viper! He's going to forward dock! And how are you supposed to notice this if you're Capoch? You're busy over here, dude. You're busy over here. Elite Cannon Galleon coming out from Viper. The docks are coming up. He's getting all of the techs. Galleys are coming out from him. Capoch is cooked. 135 population. He's trying to snipe the castle. He's trying to snipe the trebs. He has 5 on food currently. And now he's going to see Navy in his wood line. Like, Capoch's POV, this is a very frustrating find. Heavy demo now coming in from Viper. He's trying to fully max out the tech tree. He should make a wonder. Make a wonder, Viper. Capoch has 82 villagers. He's lost 183. GG, good luck, says Capoch. Now, Capoch is not out of the tournament despite getting swept here. He will go down to the elimination bracket. It is a double elimination tournament. Great job from Viper. I mean, technology score is going to be insane for him. He raised a lot of buildings as well. Capoch had some really good fight in that game, but it was initially like, and Viper ends up with a way superior eco as well. 20k extra res collected. Initially, I wasn't convinced, and I still have questions about how Capoch opened an Imperial Age there. I feel like chemistry and some Arbalest would have been much better than the monk approach for him. I do not understand the monk approach from Capoch. I guess he thought there was going to be a lot of Mamluks, but even so, like, you want to min-max, right? Like, you want to go gold wood with that incredible economy of yours. With 100 and something villagers. You don't want to just go full gold composition into the monks. Regardless, Viper played this set pretty well. Game number 1, obviously we want to see more walls early, but I mean, actually, do we? Because it was super entertaining. I think I just want to see that game again. Viper abused the market. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at how much it shows us. Gold gained from market, 11,579. Gold spent at the market, 7,848. For Capoch, it was 2,180 and 3,493. So the Saracens, I mean, Viper, yeah, he used it a bit. He made a profit. Okay, we'll see what Capoch can do in his next set. Viper just needs one more win to make it into the playoff stage of the tournament.